Hey, future applauders. Do you like talking about movies? Like smart movies? Dumb movies? Science fiction movies? Horror movies? Fantasy movies?
Do you like listening to people talk about a movie longer than it would take you to actually watch the movie?
Do you sit with your friends and rant at great length about things you're passionate about?
You may be interested in Shocked and Applaud.
Join us while we go through peculiar movies, traditional movies, movies that we just like, movies that we find are sort of like, huh?
Do we follow somebody on social media and then they posted about a movie and we're just going to watch it now?
Sure, why not? Our podcast is completely unscripted, so you're going to stumble through things with us because we stumble a lot.
We're going to laugh, we're going to talk about what's problematic, but really it comes down to talking about movies.
You can visit us at shockedandapplaud.com, on Twitter at shockedapplaud, and Facebook at Shocked and Applaud.
We hope to see you there.
I'm Bo Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
And I'm Ashley Chancellor.
And this is Collateral Cinema. Welcome to a special 420 edition of Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we're focusing on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. And we are podcasting straight from somewhere in South Texas, and especially on this day, we are a 420 podcast period, I guess,
Hell yeah.
on 420. So whatever you have weed-related, edibles, bongs, blunts, whatever, vapage, Delta 8, Delta 10, smoke it if you got it. And we certainly got it, right, guys?
Oh shit, yeah, no, we've got all the weedage. we're high enough, I feel like, but I don't know, are we ever high enough?
No, I don't think so, honestly. Right, Robert?
Is that such a thing? To be...
Oh, by the way, a wild Robert just appeared.
Oh, yeah, like magic.
Speak up into the
Magic.
microphone, Robert.
Magic. It's magic.
It's magic. It's fucking magic.
Can't believe it's magic, dude.
How did this happen? How did we get Robert Ortegon in the studio?
Guess y'all hog-tied me, roofied me. I don't know.
The Return of the King.
I don't know what you guys like to do.
Well, Mariska Hargitay, Robert.
Mariska Hargitay, friend.
Assalamu alaikum.
What? God damn it, man. God damn it.
So, what are we talking about today?
Evil Bong.
Evil Bong. Yeah, we are stoned and we're talking about Evil Bong. We are going back into full moon features
Evil
territory here, right?
Yeah, this definitely feels like a full moon feature. You can just tell, even before the cameos.
Yeah, definitely. Just even with the title sequence, which, by the way, is a little long. It's obvious that they're padding this movie a lot. You know, it's really obvious.
Yeah,
and also, I mean, it's a weird effect as well as all that green smoke.
yeah. Those weird like intermissions are just weird. It makes it feel very sitcom-y.
Very sitcom-y. I mean, Robert, you're pretty much the original full moon aficionado here, man. Like, when did you first watch Evil Bong?
I think it was I found it in like a 3 or 4 pack at the Dollar General.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, it was one of the first times I saw it, probably when Netflix was first out.
I bet that it came with something like Demonic Toys and Ginger Dead Man, right?
Yeah, it came with yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of those weird like movie 3-packs, especially from Full Moon, that you could find at Dollar General to this day.
It had no case, that cardboard cover.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's
for
like the
$1.
the little $1 Hidden Treasures release. Or
exactly,
whatever.
dude.
Oh yeah, it's very easy to come across some interesting movies doing that. I've even come across Criterion movies. Like I have the movie Gomorrah, and I got that for just $1.50 at fucking Dollar General.
You know that there are about like 8 of these plus a couple of like crossovers.
Ooh, 8 of these.
Evil Bong movies, yeah.
I could maybe do the next couple. I just don't know about the rest of them. You know,
get the whole box set, right?
get the whole box. Yeah, there is a box set, right? There's a stash
Yeah.
box.
There's
I
a
don't know.
stash box, and then there's another whole box set,
Yeah.
and it comes
Ginger
with like,
Dead Man versus Evil Bong might be pretty cool though.
Oh, Robert, remember when we watched Ginger Dead Man at your place
yeah.
that one time? That movie just defeated me in so many ways. Oh my
I
lord.
think what was that other one? Ginger Dead Man, like Saturday Night Fever or something.
Oh,
That's the one I haven't
shit.
seen.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't really seen any of the other Evil Bong or really much of the other Ginger Dead Man movies. Like,
Yeah.
I think I've seen more of the Killjoy movies. than
Yeah,
those.
I've seen all 3 of those.
Yeah. And Killjoy, especially the first one, is a kind of interesting movie. But, you know, this one is actually, to me, it doesn't feel like a horror movie, really. It's more of a hangout movie.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's like half baked or something.
It's like half-baked or even Dazed and Confused in a way.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
expecting this might be like the first like stoner horror movie I've ever seen, and it's not really a horror movie. It's basically just a stoner movie with a little bit of exploitation.
Yeah, it's very much an exploitation movie in certain parts, like especially when you go into the inner world of the Bong itself, EB's world, I guess, which is very obviously just a nightclub or a strip club that they rented. Like, I mean, Charles Band, he only spent like a week making this movie, like literally 7 days.
It shows.
It shows, and a big part of that is they really relegate a lot of these scenes to just a few scenes and a few places. You know,
That's great though, man. Yeah.
it is great. I mean, it's good, efficient filmmaking if you want to make something like really, really low budget. You know, which it kind of brings up, you know, a lot of the stuff that Troma did.
Yeah, it kind of got me thinking about us doing our own stoner film, short or something. short
Oh
film.
man,
Still got to write it, and then yeah.
yeah, definitely. We just got to write it. We just got to figure out the characters and everything.
Damn it.
Because that is the thing about stoner movies like this is that, you know, they tend to be very character driven, you know, because, you know, they have to be the agent through where, you know, weed actually influences the plot. And this movie is no different here. Although
Yeah.
the main protagonist here, protagonist coon here is Alistair, what's his last name?
McDowell, I think.
Alistair McDowell. Like really, really chintzy, pretentious sounding name.
Yeah,
But he's a very straight-laced kind of nerdy character. Like he's very well spoken, obviously well read. Like apparently he's majoring in science like physics and also minoring in like metaphysics. So he's like trying to, you know, basically he's trying to be scientific but also I guess keep an open mind about shit, kind of. Like,
Yeah, but
which like transcendentalism and whatnot.
he never does agree to partake in weed, other than you know
The one time.
the one time that he does
Yeah.
it to save the chick. But like he never does like give in, I guess, to the temptation or whatever. It's funny, this movie doesn't even really take a stance. I mean, by the end of it, we don't really know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, it's not necessarily. I don't know. I think that later on the speech that Alistair gives, he does kind of inject a little bit of a libertarian edge to the stance on weed, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the whole idea of like, hey, you know what? This is a free country. You should be able to, you know, if it's not going to harm you, take some type of inebriant. You know, you should be free to do so. So, you know, it does kind of touch on that a little bit. I mean, I don't know how much of that is Charles Brand or how much of that is, or Charles Band, I think his name. I don't know how much of that is him versus the writer versus just, you know, the story itself.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, yeah, maybe it is taking something of a stance as far as legalization is concerned.
That's true.
But the weird thing is that it frames it as, you know, EB being the really oppressive force there. That's the weird part of that.
Right.
Now, I mean, the sequence here that's on screen right now is we have the grandfather character, Cyrus. This guy is
Isn't it Cyril?
He is a fucking MVP in this movie. Let me tell you. He just comes in here and he just tells everyone that they're a piece of shit. Like straight up. Like straight up. He's like, my grandson is a deviant pervert and a fucking, like, very flowery language used
But it's
here.
your dad.
No, my dad's not nearly that articulate
No, he's Rip Torn.
No, yeah, he's more Rip Torn from Freddy Got Fingered, who's just more of a general asshole. I think this dude, he just had high hopes in his grandson, and since he didn't live up to those high hopes, he just kind of cuts him down. You know, that's kind of what it is. So maybe he's actually somewhat of a nuanced character. And then I love the fact that he brings up that he got married and he's playing his wife up, and his wife is age appropriate, like maybe even a little older than him.
Yeah.
It's this old lady with a cane. She comes in, she basically takes a nap the first second that she sits down.
When we were watching the behind the scenes feature, it's actually really funny. Like they're trying to ask her, like, do you know what a bong is? And she's like, oh, she's like, says something that's completely different.
Oh, she's just such a sweet old lady, you know. It's
No
like,
idea.
How can you ask her what a bong is? Come on, maybe beyond a certain generation, the grandma might say something, but this was years ago, man. I mean, this was in like the early 2000s, right, Robert? Somewhere around that time.
2006.
Yeah, pretty early.
Yeah, 2006. So yeah, around mid to late 20s, mid to late 2000s, I should say. We're in the 20s right now. See, that's how stoned we are right now. We're even mixing up dates here. God damn it.
And is any of this going to be edited?
No,
Nope.
it's not going to be fucking edited. I mean, I don't know. I might go through it and take a few things out. I don't know, but you know, it just depends on how sober I am. But yeah, the grandfather is actually a pretty cool character. Let's talk about some of the characters in this movie. We already talked about Alistair, the protagonist. You know, he's very, very square, straight-laced, doesn't even really touch the stuff until later on. I mean, I think that he's likable enough.
Yeah, and he plays the straight man, you know.
Yeah, he's not, you know, trying to be, you know, really towards.
My boy gets
know,
it.
He does, man. He does. He actually gets the smart blonde girl.
Damn, Janet was all over him.
Oh yeah, Janet was all about him, like pretty much from the get-go. And what about Janet's friend? What's her name? Oh,
Luann.
What's her name?
Luann.
Luann.
Played by Robin Sidney.
What was that about? Like, she gets horny and then she just starts freaking out. Like, I'm just like, lady, take a chill pill.
I don't know, like if you've ever seen a woman really upset because she's not getting dick.
Yeah, but that's a whole nother level, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's different.
Oh yeah.
She literally grabs a fucking pogo stick and starts jumping on it, like making it like it's getting her off, and this is like in front of everybody, and I'm just like, Charles Band, what is this? Where did this come from? Like, why are we doing this? I mean, was she supposed to be stoned? Is that what the evil bong does to stoned horny people? I mean,
Yeah.
I guess so.
Kind of like a Nukem High joint.
Yeah, and then there's the grandson himself,
Larnell.
Yeah, he's obviously, you know, kind of just really, really chill, just a total bro. You know, he's not really he's not really, you know, that out there.
He's not as extreme a caricature as his other two roommates are.
Yeah, like the jock dude.
Like the jock, Brett, you know.
Oh, Brett is such a jock, is such an asshole. Like he breaks Bachman's seashell, which is fucked up. He can't listen to the sea anymore, Robert. Mm-hmm. How's that gonna happen, man? How are you gonna take the sea away?
The sea, bro.
The sea, bro. Damn. And Bachman, man. Fucking Bachman.
You know, your typical surfer bro, just
it's like monkey. But it's like he's totally just a fucking bro, man. He is so high, and he's pretty much the dude on the couch.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's the dude on the couch. And you know, he is definitely the dude that you want to score the good weed from, right? And of course, let's talk about the evil bong itself. At first, it doesn't look like much. It's obviously a fake bong. Like in the behind the scenes featurette, they showed that like Charles Band literally went out and bought this 30-year-old bong that's been sitting up in a head shop for like decades. And he even like taped it up and said, "Do not prop, do not use," and everything. It's like, I mean, how many of your staff are using that shit, Charles? He's like, and are you holding? But yeah, he sent it to his special effects guy, and yeah, they crafted the EB herself. And I think the design it's unique. It's kind of interesting because she's kind of more of like a hookah in a way.
Yeah. It is an interesting bong, right? It's got like what looks like hookah hoses. Are there bongs that you can buy like that? Like,
oh yeah, there
yeah.
are. Yeah. But the weird thing is that typically a hookah is going to have the bowl on top of the apparatus.
Right.
You know, like it's not going to have it on the side like a normal bong. Like we have a bong right here on our desk. It's just a basic acrylic bong. You know, upright. It has the stem, you know, on the side and everything. I mean, I guess that there are some pipes that might work that way, but no. Typically, a hookah type is going to have the bowl at the top.
I don't know. They sell that model actually, right? You can buy it.
I can't tell if it's a actual working bong or if it's just a prop. I mean, Robert, didn't you bring up something like that on the internet? Like, what did you see? Were they props or were they actual?
I think it's just a prop, dude. Really.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really awesome if some glass blower actually really made a full scale like a copy of this bong.
That would be awesome. We need it for a collection.
Yeah, it would be a total collector's piece. I wouldn't even want to try to smoke out of that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I mean, there's some people like they'll buy smoking pieces as, you know, artwork, you know, shit that you do not even want to touch even a dab on, you know, like $100 apparatuses, and it's just like that just belongs behind glass or something.
Hand blown,
you know?
one of a kind stuff.
Yeah, one of a kind shit, you know, real craftsmanship, like art, like an artisanal product, you know. And it's like some motherfuckers will try to smoke out of those things. And it's like, what are you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing? But this bong, it's originally implied that the owner was deceased, that it was a dead person's bong, and you know, I guess that kind of adds to the whole aura, the haunted aura of the bong. But eventually, these guys buy it, and it turns out that it was Tommy Chong's bong. Fucking Tommy Chong, man. We'll get to him in here in a little bit, and he comes into the movie and tries to help defeat the bong. But I mean, as a character, it's like she's kind of interesting, you know. Like she's very much voiced as a style of a sassy black woman, like
right?
100%. She has the voice and everything, but. I mean, it's interesting that her inner space, it's like this really weird sexualized fucking dimension, you know, like
the bong world.
The bong world. Like, that's very weird because everybody goes there. There's all these strippers just dancing naked the whole time with, you know, I'm talking about women with just straight up, you know, the bolted on breast look, you know. Like total, obviously, you know, implants. You know, not that there's anything wrong with implants.
Nope, not at all.
If you have them, you have them. It was whatever.
Hey,
you know?
Titties are titties.
Yeah. We are pro. We are pro. You know, free the nip here, dude. We're free the nipple.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
I love seeing women's nipples.
I bet you do. But also. Another weird thing, and that's another interesting point about this movie, is that the Bong world has a lot of characters from other full moon movies, right?
Oh yeah, like
Doll
Man or something.
No, yeah, we have a Doll Man and the dude for Trancers at one point.
And the Ginger Dead Man.
We have the Ginger Dead Man showed up, and he fucking pretty much jacks off and shit. And it's like this dude's like just like Brett's just watching him jack off, like smoking, just like yeah, bro. It's like
do we need the ginger dead man jacking off in this movie?
well, then you have the little dude from he's the vampire hunter from I think what was the movie called? I forget what it was called, but it has the dude that was he was a vampire hunter in that.
It's like
You have Bill Moseley show up out of nowhere, Chop Top himself out of nowhere, not as Chop Top, of course. And then you have one of the demonic toys out of nowhere.
Ooh.
And also one of the dolls from Doll Graveyard, a.k.a. Dolls. So it's kind of like this weird, love letter to Charles Band Full Moon movies.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm surprised that Toulon from fucking goddamn Puppet Master didn't show up and with his box of puppets.
Toulon puppets.
Probably in one of the sequels, right?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. Probably. I mean, hell, there's even a Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how do they fight each other? That would be interesting.
Gotta watch that.
And what does that mean for the cameo here in this movie? Like, I mean, was that setting up the Ginger Dead Man rivalry somehow?
Are they setting up the Full Moon universe?
Well, it pretty much is a Full Mooniverse, I guess.
Full Moon cinematic universe?
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, look at all the characters that just show up here out of nowhere.
That explains it.
It totally explains it. It's its own cinematic universe. But, that's kind of something that's weird about Charles Band is that he always had a style to him where he was always kind of dealing with like miniature monsters or killers or whatever, like Puppet Master or Doll Graveyard or Demonic Toys or even with like the children's movies that came out under their other label, like Prehysteria, that had like tiny dinosaurs in it. Like for some reason, he's always made movies that had like these little puppet type creatures in them for some reason. He's pretty much like he's pretty much the progenitor, like the godfather of that style of movie. And oh no, yeah. Here's the other weird thing is like these people are pretty much killed one by one as they go into EB's world. And they're mainly killed by way of breast.
By way of like they all the women have these bras that have like fucking either sharks or skulls or something that ends up like biting. At one point, this one woman's boobs have fucking mouths on them, and then I guess they whip it out and she goes down on it with the. It doesn't show it, but it goes down with it with the titty mouth and it bites it off. And the shark one, it just bites a arm off pretty much. Right.
But I don't get it because the weird thing is at the end of the movie, all of that is fucking negated.
Yeah,
everybody comes back and they're all alive. It's like, well, what was the point of killing everybody then? Was it just so we can kind of sort of call this a horror movie?
It's for that narrative structure of the characters getting picked off one by one, but then, at the end, no consequences because maybe we want to bring these characters back for a sequel.
Yeah, but does that make this Robert, does that make this a slasher? Is that what this is supposed to be, kind of?
I don't know. Maybe they're reborn again virgins after that. I don't know.
I don't get it either, man.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, it kind of has that slasher element to it. It almost has like a Nightmare on Elm Street quality to it.
So, yeah, right? Like a dream world thing.
Yeah.
Dream sequence. I don't know.
Something to that degree.
Huh.
So maybe it's kind of a slasher?
But when they get out of the bong, they all wake up right next to it, right?
Yeah. They all wake up next to it. No, I think the bong is pretty much disappeared by that point.
So it's kind of like a Dream Warriors thing at the end.
Almost is kind of, right? Is this like a retelling of Dream Warriors?
That's sick, dude.
Like is the evil Bong supposed to be like a stoner Freddy? That almost makes a little bit of sense, right?
That is cool.
Or are we just that fucking stoned? I don't fucking know.
Maybe we're just thinking of cool shit. I don't know.
I don't fucking know. It could be that we're just really that fucking baked and everything, but
good theory though.
It is a good theory, but I think that honestly, the characters themselves are likable enough. I mean, I really like them. I mean, some of them are kind of douchebags. I still don't get Homegirl's thing with the pogo stick. I don't fucking get that. Like,
No.
why? Why did we have that?
She degraded herself. I'm just kidding.
She degraded herself.
No, you're good. You're good.
This motherfucker. Now, how do y'all think this works just as a stoner movie in general?
So, like, what you're saying is, yeah, you're supposed to hit it from the top and not the bottom.
Yeah, we're watching them use this. It's like it's
Those are hookah straws.
yeah, those are hookah tubes, but they have the bowl all the way down at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's like that shouldn't work, should it?
I don't know.
You know, because I mean, you need suction there, and you wouldn't have suction with the open
I've
top.
always seen it on the top with foil, right?
It's always with a bowl with foil on it.
you-
Like that's usually to burn shisha.
Burn the coals, right?
Yeah, you burn the coals on the shisha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe
Yeah.
they're using the wrong thing.
yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
it's an interesting idea. I mean, I get it. They're trying to make the bong into more of a character than anything, but I mean, here's the weird, crazy, horny sequence. It's like, oh, I mean, demisexual me is just like aloes are weird. It's like that. This is very weird
Well,
to me.
at first it's like hell yeah, she's into it. And then after not too long, it gets to the point where it's like, no, this is kind of weird. I'm not
It's
turned
like,
on anymore.
No, I would probably be like, okay, Chica, I think you need to probably just kind of chill out. Maybe
Oh, yeah.
maybe smoke a bowl and fucking just talk for a little bit.
Have you ever seen weed have this effect on somebody?
Maybe early on when it was early in my weed smoking days, maybe some of my younger friends would kind of get a little riled up.
We'll see. Everybody else gets an immediate indica effect from
Yeah.
the evil bong.
Yeah, I know. Everybody just instantly fucking just goes full on just days out mode, and they just go to sleep. And she pretty much steals their life essence. So in a way, the bong is smoking you. So yeah, the bong smokes you.
In Soviet Russia, bong smoke you.
In Soviet Russia, bong smoke you. Oh, come on. They don't have marijuana in Russia.
That's right.
That place would actually be cool if they had fucking weed there.
Right? Chill the fuck out. If they all just smoked, the war against Ukraine, I mean, all that shit would be over.
I don't
Everybody
know.
just get a bowl.
Ukraine was all about that. I remember seeing there was a busload of refugees, and there was this CNN international journalist trying to interview them, and this one guy goes, "Oh, you American." It's like, I smoke weed every day. Legalize it.
Fuck,
Smoke
yeah.
weed every day. I've been smoking all day since conflict began. Like, straight up. And I'm just like, that guy knows how to get through a fucking conflict.
You know what? There needs to be a 420 miracle. You know how you hear about those Christmas miracles where the enemies come and have Christmas together because it's Christmas Eve and they don't, and then the next day they kill each other.
That actually happened. That
Right.
was a real thing that happened. The Christmas truce.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've heard about that, okay?
Yeah.
Right. What if that happened on 420? Everybody just fucking forgot their shit and they all fucking smoked weed for a day.
That would be amazing. That would be a good little story note to kind of bring up. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I think that as a stoner movie, I mean, this pretty much it's very cheesy in that respect. But it's very laid back, especially with the hangout movie element there, which I think was an interesting direction for Charles Band to take here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of different but it makes sense, being that, he had a limited budget and a limited amount of time to make this movie. And so they only used a couple of sets and, they banged it out. And so they had to have everybody on set, pretty much for a couple of days at a time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Robert, if you had 7 days to make a movie, how would you really go about it? What would be the first thing that you do?
Crap. First of all, get a decent script together instead of, I don't know, the way I am.
Yeah, for sure.
Piecing it all together last minute.
Yeah, we do kind of put things together on the fly.
Yeah, I'm just going to rewrite it anyway.
Yeah, I'm just going to rewrite it. Fuck it. Yeah.
7 days, huh?
Yeah, a full week.
Actually, yeah, you need a great director with that.
Yeah, you need a director who kind of knows what he's doing a little bit,
Yeah.
who knows how to, keep everything flowing, keep the actors loosened up, keep everybody happy.
In a flophouse, three stoners are looking for the ultimate high.
Large bong for sale. Recently deceased owner claims it was possessed. Because if there's one thing this pad is lacking, it's a killer fucking bong, man.
What they found is something sinister.
It's the item you've been waiting for. Does my bong look different?
It's the bong. It's evil. One hit and she gives you your dreams. But in this world, you get high, you die.
I come to take you out, bitch.
Only one thing is for certain. She'll give you the munchies. This summer, let's get baked. Evil Bong. Dude, it's one scary trip.
Monkey.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Charles Band, he's been doing this shit for years,
Since the 70s.
yeah, since the 70s,
So it
man.
was good to work with, right? Like,
Yeah, I think that there's some connection even with Troma there a little bit, So, and also remember he did the first Troll movie, so
Oh,
Okay.
he's kind of indirectly responsible for Troll 2. So, thanks for that, Charles.
Okay, Troll 2 is not licensed.
Troll 2 is amazing.
Yeah.
Troll 2 is a revelation. It is a revelatory movie. It will change you.
Yeah.
Like if you think Garbage Day is amazing, then yeah, going to Nilbog, that's what's up. But I think finally, let's go ahead and just talk about just how does this work as a comedy? Because this is arguably a straight comedy.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the horror, it feels like the horror stuff is kind of tacked on a little bit. This was meant to be, really, really tongue in cheek and really cheesy from the get go.
Yeah, it really was.
Stoner
Yeah.
friendly, like How High? What's that other one?
Oh, Half Baked and fucking.
Half Baked. Was
you
it
know-
David Mack or something?
Oh shit.
Go to high school. I don't know.
Oh, are you talking about that fucking Wiz Khalifa
And
Snoop Dogg movie?
Yeah,
Oh, that movie was fucking bunk.
it was.
That's actually probably going to be the one time if we ever do that as a 420 episode where it's going to be a bad movie review
movie.
because no, that's not a good movie at all.
Nah.
It just isn't. Like it's not like Homegrown, which is like that's fucking
Yeah.
That's Billy Bob Thornton and shit.
I see
know?
what they're trying to do, like recapture that whole How High camaraderie thing.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of camaraderie. Yeah, that's another like a kind of hangout movie in its own right.
The original. I don't know if you can outdo the original though.
The original How High? No.
Nah.
If you recall that was one of our original 420
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Actually, watching the second one, dude, it's oh my god, I just wanted to turn it off. Like,
I never tried to watch the second one. What was it like?
dude, it was really cheesy. I think I saw it on television, so everything was edited. So, I don't know. I think now we can download it if you want to see it.
Yeah, maybe we should check it out eventually, because
You'll probably turn it too. Sorry.
who were the two characters in that movie? Who played it?
Probably some unknowns you'll never see again.
Someone you'll never see again?
Some unknowns, right?
Oh no! God damn it!
Which I always hate that.
But anyway, I think that we're going to go ahead and start giving our final thoughts. There's not a whole lot to really go into with this movie because like we said, it was made in 7 days. You know, it's pretty much just like a love letter to Charles Band's other works, mainly, you know. And, I mean, as a stoner movie, I think that it's watchable,
Yeah.
you know. I mean, Robert, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. Yeah, see, I've only seen the first one. I think we need to go ahead and watch all the rest of them.
Yeah, they're on Tubi.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
do that.
We might as well.
But
They do.
what about this movie?
This one, I hope that the rest of them are just as good as this one, really.
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
I guess that you could call this a good movie. It's not it's not a particularly well-made movie.
Nah.
It's within the standards of full moon features,
There you go.
you know. But I think I get what you're saying there.
Yeah, because I don't like... I really don't like sequels that really can't keep up with the first ones, you know? Like,
Yeah.
damn it.
And I mean, this is another one of those franchises on Full Moon Features that has a lot of sequels, you know, kind of
Yeah.
like Killjoy and Puppet Master and
Yeah.
Ginger Dead Man. You know, so you could tell that Charles Band really leaned into this hardcore. You know, like if he's making it part of like the official canon of his work, you know, he really leaned into it, and you could tell that, you know. And I mean, in many ways, it's cool that, you know, Band was able to have all these iconic characters, you know, not unlike Troma. You know, with Troma, you have like, you know, the Surf Nazis Must Die. You have the Cretans from Return, Newgum High. You have Toxie, Kabuki Man.
Yeah.
And here you have all these great characters like the Demonic Toys and like Ginger Dead Man. And I'm kind of disappointed that they didn't have any of the Puppet Master characters in there. Like you would have thought that you would have had them.
That dude with the hook.
Yeah. yeah. The one with the hook.
He's got like a fisherman coat.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what's your final take on it?
Final take.
Is it something worth watching or?
Yeah. I'll throw it on every once in a while. I mean, just to get a good laugh.
Honestly, I actually turned it on Tubi for a little bit before I went to work and while I was working. And honestly, it was a good movie to kind of, you know, pass the time a little bit.
Got to put it right next to Triloquist
Oh, that movie.
so we can watch it every once in a while.
No, I don't ever want to watch Triloquist again.
No, you seen it like twice.
I've seen it twice. That's too many times right there. Twice too many. Ash, what are your final thoughts on this movie?
I mean, nothing to write home about, but it's a decent stoner flick. It's enjoyable to put on and kind of space out, whatever. A good background movie, or, you know, like you said, pass the time.
Yeah. How about Tommy Chong, man?
Tommy Chong is probably the best part of the movie, and he's in it for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's not even in this movie for most of it, but the time that he is in there, it's very classic, you know, very classic Chong type humor and everything. But yeah, I mean, I think that this movie is just everything that you would really want from Full Moon Features. That's really my final thoughts. I mean, I have a lot of these movies. I mean, we actually watched Delta Delta Die not too long ago, right? Ash? So yeah, that's a Julie Strain movie, and that's got, you know, all kinds of interesting quirks to it. You know, still falls within the Full Moon Features canon and everything. But yeah, I think that, you know, this isn't the worst movie in the world. It's honestly, I think that maybe even Ginger Dead Man might be a little better than this one. You know, maybe even Puppet Master and Killjoy is kind of better. But this movie does what it does well, and if you want something to put on around 420, this movie will do the trick. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and start winding down and start giving some promos. Ash, what's going on with Collateral Gaming?
Well, our 420 special is going to be about GoldenEye. We have been playing it. I'm guessing I'm not going to have the episode out on 420 at this point,
Well,
but
neither is this episode technically going to be out on 420.
there's a good possibility it might be past midnight, right?
Yeah, it might be already be past midnight, so yeah.
Whatevs. But yeah, GoldenEye will be out as soon as possible. We've been playing on Robert's Nintendo 64, and it's been a blast.
Yeah, that's great, man. Playing on original hardware. I mean, it's like I told you last night. It could be janky, depending on what you're playing and what console you're playing. Because you got to remember, these are still like 20, 30 some odd year old consoles.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember, like these things are going to be janky. Like
They're not brand new anymore.
Like on some of those Sega Saturns, I mean, you can't even really do any type of internal saves because their batteries are usually corroded or whatever. The internal battery that they use for the save files,
Right.
usually that's corroded and you have to replace it if you want to work. So, yeah, I mean, original hardware, I mean, if you can get it in good shape, yeah, I mean, it's the way to go. But honestly, playing GoldenEye on the N64, I mean, what can you say about that, man?
Yeah, we are gonna have a say about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Approximately 30 to 45 minutes of say about it, but it's been a great game to put on while high. And then next month we will be doing Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Interesting, very
So,
interesting game.
Moving towards our season finale.
Yeah. And Robert, I guess we're going to be getting back to filming, maybe.
Yeah, probably within a week or two, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, we're going to have to do something.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something. So hopefully we'll get back to that here pretty soon. Like, especially since the season is ending.
Yeah, everything's, actually we got all our green back now. Everything's growing, right?
Yeah, everything's starting to grow now. Like, I mean.
So it looks good. All the winter went away.
Yeah, it's no longer looking like dreary winter time.
Yeah.
Finally. But yeah, with Collateral Cinema, we're coming up with Sidekicks. I think that's pretty much going to be our season finale right there. And yeah, Chuck Norris, Jonathan Brandis. Holy shit, dude. That's a fun movie.
Joe Piscopo?
Joe fucking Piscopo? What?
What?
Mako?
What?
Motherfucking Mako is in this?
Oh, what?
God damn, man. I mean, this is just a great little 90s movie, man. And, we just did So I Married an Axe Murderer with Megan recently. So I think it's a good movie to kind of pair up with and everything. So, and then, I mean, I guess we'll just start getting season 6 together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time to get season 6 together.
Nah.
Robert, you're shaking your head saying no.
We're gonna call it, and then we're gonna start another podcast.
Oh, are we going to start the Collateral Wrestling finally?
We're gonna start a spin-off after this one.
The spin-off, what's the spin-off going to be?
It's gonna be like two dads, but
Two
dads. It's gonna be one dad.
It's going to be like it's going to be like My Two Dads?
There you go.
Oh my God. Fucking stupid. Yeah, but I mean, I guess that, we had a fun 420. This was a lot of fun, guys. I had a blast, And I guess we're going to go ahead and get a little more high. Because, we have more to smoke and more movies to watch. It's like, or video games to play, as it were. I mean, I think I was also playing the Simpsons arcade game while you were playing GoldenEye, so that's always a blast to put on. Original Simpsons arcade game. Yep, I have the ROM for it. So that's always fun to play. And I guess we'll go ahead and call this one an episode. Happy 420, everybody. We hope that you enjoyed sitting down, smoking out with us, and chilling. And definitely watch Evil Bong and watch its other subsequent films. Check it out. Get high. Have a blast. Slav Ukraini. Laters.
From the devil's seat, dreaming for it.
Collateral Cinema is a Collateral Media podcast. All music and movie clips are owned by their respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.